So my last video that I made on how to learn Blender in the year 2025 actually did pretty well, and I am really glad that it got a lot of positive response. And in the end of that video, I ended with the tip that you should actually not just stop at Blender but also move on to learning some other 3D softwares that work very well in sync with Blender. And so here we are making a video on how you should be learning Unreal Engine, which is in my opinion the best 3D software to go along with Blender. And in this video I will give you a few tips, a few important tips that you would need to follow in order to learn Unreal Engine in the year 2025. So let's begin. So the first step that I am going to suggest is to practice the Star Wars beginners tutorial of Unreal Engine given by the Bad Decisions Studio. And the reason to suggest this tutorial is because these guys are extremely good at teaching you how to navigate throughout the Unreal Engine and even modeling certain basic things in Unreal Engine. Even though Unreal Engine is not a very good tool at modeling, it can still do some basic things and they will actually go through that whole process. Not only that, they will also teach you how to use certain add-ons and how to use assets with animations. And I think this is very important and extremely useful because inside of Unreal Engine, you are not actually going to specifically model per se, but you would rather bring assets that you have either modeled in somewhere else or you have picked them up online. And these assets will then be used within the Unreal Engine to create a scenery. And they teach you very well how to do that. So this tutorial is going to be extremely useful. It will teach you about texturing, it will teach you enough about lighting, it will also teach you enough about rendering and post-processing. And I think this is why this tutorial is absolutely amazing, because it teaches you enough about Unreal Engine that you will have the confidence to go out and create your own projects. And if you have a background of another 3D software, just like I said, if you have the experience of Blender, then learning Unreal Engine is actually going to be extremely fun. So the first step is going to be to follow through this Star Wars tutorial. Very recently, Unreal Engine brought us the best tool that you can have for your own original character creation, and that is the Metahumans. Now this tool is extremely amazing. You can actually use Polycam, and I have made a video on Polycam as well. And you can use Polycam to scan the face of yourself or perhaps some of your friends and create their own characters. Character creation used to be a very hard thing, but Unreal Engine has made it extremely easy, especially to create realistic characters. And that is quite good. So in my opinion, here's the thing, Unreal Engine is a software that you would be using if you really want to do some use with the characters. And in case of character creation, Metahumans is arguably the best tool on the market right now, at least for realistic characters. And so I would suggest you to learn how to use Metahumans. And once you have learned how to create your own Metahumans, you can actually customize them within Blender and Maya. And once you learn this hard step, you will now be able to create your own original characters that are ready for animations and game assets even. And this is going to be extremely fun, trust me. So follow through the tutorial of Metahumans because it's going to be extremely satisfying to work with characters that are your own. Now remember one thing about Unreal Engine, you are not learning this 3D software because it's necessarily higher in quality than other 3D softwares, but you are actually learning this because it's much faster than other 3D softwares. It can tackle big sceneries very well and particularly simulations. And the quality of those simulations is extremely good, especially for them being able to run in real time. So I would suggest you should learn about Niagara simulations. This is one aspect that I am also learning currently in Unreal Engine and it is extremely fun to learn about. So this is going to be the third tip. You are also learning Unreal Engine for its capability to actually tackle large sceneries very well. And here I would actually suggest you to learn about how to use 3D assets together in order to make really good sceneries in Unreal Engine. You can actually make a full-on map or forest and your computer will not cry. You will be able to run it in real time. And that's the real power of Unreal Engine. You are able to run pretty much big sceneries, big simulations in real time. But not only that, I also added the fact that you should claim your mega scans. So for those of you who do not know, on the Epic Games or Fab marketplace, you are actually being given all the mega scans for free for now, and these mega scans are extremely expensive when you go ahead and actually buy them. So claim them while you still can. Now here's the thing, after you have completed everything here that I have told you, you will actually be able to create very good animations and large sceneries within Unreal Engine very well. Remember one thing, Unreal Engine is not a standalone software. It is to be used in synergy with other 3D softwares, and that is how I would recommend you use it. And with that, I would like to conclude my video. Have a nice day and Happy New Year.